Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Figma Kitakami, and this is from the Colle series. And actually on the anime, we see her a lot with Oi. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Oi is, she's really fond of Kitakami and treated her as a princess. Yep. And it's kind of interesting how they interact with Fubuki in the anime, but that's another story. Anyways, here we go. Here's a Figma box. Really cool. Comes with a variety of accessories, and I believe this comes with her upgraded parts. And I think in the show she did get upgraded. Got a variety of faces. Side of the box. In here. Really cool. And on top here, and on the bottom. That's pretty much it for the box art. Let's take a look inside. Where we get a Japanese instructions here, and on the other side we have the English version. It's actually quite a bit of stuff here. We got an alternate skirt, legs, instructions on how to put the weapon on the left hand, how to attach the back side, how to grip the handle, and it seems like it's detachable there. There we go. The legs. Yeah, very interesting. And this does give you an option to turn into just the normal schoolgirl without the armament. Really nice. Alright, we got Kitakami here, and she looks great. She has that olive green color, and it's a little different from what we've seen so far, and it's a nice change. I'm actually getting a little tired of saying the same thing, although, I mean, they kind of are. They're schoolgirls for the battleship or cruiser, depending on which ship they portrayed. But yeah, this is a nice change. I like this. Even the details is nice too. The stripes, the white lining there, nicely done. I don't really see much of a mishap. Even the socks here, and you see that a bit of an anchor. Nice details. I really like this. Really cool. And I have her. I actually swap out the legs already and just have her on her civilian mode. Or not civilian, but her uniform. Otherwise, we gonna have all the accessories and armaments, which I will swap out later on. Yeah, she looks really lovely. Now she's looking on her left, and that's the one that came out of the box. She has two alternate faces, which is this one, the happy one, and we also have this one where she's looking on the right, smiling, and both of them has a little bit of a blush. Actually, all of them have. And I think that to swap this out, just the front part here. There we go. But I kind of like this face, so we'll stick with this one. I just want to show that one. And she does have articulation on her ponytail here. And I like how they did the red as well. They added that detail. You got this Figma joint here, which you can rotate and swivel on the joint. Yeah, quite nice. That it's actually, this is nicely done. Sometimes I find that joint is too big or it's kind of out of place, but this one's just right. And in terms of articulation, you have that neck there. I mean, I think it does most. She cannot look up. That's the way the neck is mounted. And you have the shoulder joint here, your typical Figma joint, and as well as the elbow, and you have the wrist joint right here. Then you have the waist. Then you have the flexible skirt. This one is also flexible, but it's all molded on top right there. This one you get a little bit of flex there as well. So the skirt is cut halfway. You get the left and right side. Same thing on the front. That allows you to have the waist articulation. Yep. Although, even though you have that, they give you an extra one. And this one is to allow her to kneel down with her maybe left leg, I guess, up. So I'll give this a try in a bit, and this involves the whole waist joint and everything to swap out. So it's a little bit more to do, but I'll give it a shot. But otherwise, you can even do it without that. But something tells me this might warp the plastic eventually, so that's probably why they give you an extra part, and that's always good. Knee articulation, there we go. And then we have the ankle joint here, quite nice, and even a toe articulation. Nicely done. Yeah, I really like this so far. And what else we got here? I think that's about it. Now, there's a variety of hands right here. So we have the open hands. You got one relax, one for the single turret that she holds on her right, and you have another pair of hands to hold something, and you have the closed fist. More than likely, we're going to be using this one right here. Let's swap this out. Get that Figma wrist joint, and you do have a spare. It always comes with a spare in case you break it. I have not break one yet, luckily. And yeah, actually the wrist joints are they're well made. I'm trying to look for the word, but yeah, they are quite well made. And then let's see here. Here's the single turret. It's kind of like a pea shooter. And it seems like from the instruction we can detach the lower part. And I'm looking right there. There's a seam right there. And there we go. Let's just slide it in. Oh, that is a lot better. I could see that they didn't include this one. I mean, it's possible. And you have to warp the hand to kind of grab it. I've seen that happen on a couple of times, and I never like doing it. And I'm really happy they did this. Able to remove the bottom part, just slide it in easily. And there we go. The next part is on the other side, which involves removing this part here. And let's see here. So we have an option between these two. Now, I believe this is the upgraded version. We get 4 torpedoes. Otherwise, you can start out with this too. And go with this one. You slide this in. Kind of afraid of how it'll be with the sleeve here. Hopefully it does not scrape up that paint. Well, then again, it's probably the plastic color. But there we go. It seems like it's going to be limiting the elbow articulation. Alright, so moving on. We have the legs here, which has the 4 torpedoes on each one. Really cool. And this involves part swapping. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the bottom part here. And as well as, actually, well, we do need the panties, because where's the other one? This does not include an extra set of panties. Alright, let me pop this out. There we go. And likewise do this other one here. There we go. We get the panties here. Let's put this on here. Now I got a question. If I want to keep this on here or keep it on the other one, then I don't have to swap it. But for demonstration's sake, I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna attach this here. Alright, so it gets a little tricky trying to put everything together. So that's one side, then you gotta do the other side as well. It's gonna be a little bit of a struggle. There we go. Alright, so I got it in so far, and likewise same details on this one, and seems like you have a thigh swivel right there, which is good. And another thing, you gotta remove the shoe as well. So for this once, you just gotta wiggle it out. I've already done that, and it's stuck there quite good for the first time. So just gotta break it in. This is included at the beginning, and it's gonna be stuck. So what you want to do is you gotta turn it. It's okay to kind of overlap that little hump right there. Yeah, just twist it, and once you're free, pull it out. And when you're not in use, put it back. Because over time, that leg will, what do you call this? Will shrink probably, depending on where you are. Heat will shrink that. So it's good to keep that on there if you're not in use. Now back to this. We're just gonna put this on here and make sure you put it on the right side. There we go. Same thing on this one. Slide it in. There we go. So it does take quite a little bit to put things together. And put this back here. There we go. And now we're almost done. We have also this, which is the other part of the ship. It seems like it has a little bit of a this kind of like waist connector. It does have a little bit of swivel, so you can turn this and hinges. Peg connection at the back, and you have a Figma joint on back here. I don't think there's any other moving points on this one. And it's just connects on the back here. There we go. And you kind of wrap that around her waist, and there we go. It's kind of interesting that they don't have the rudder shoes. You would think they would have that. Huh, interesting. But then you have your Figma stand here, your standard one, and you have a connection point here. There we go. And just take your time, because sometimes you tend to put it in sideways and you might end up breaking the joint, and sometimes you're better off just removing it altogether from that. And it's an angle right there which allows you to hold it with your thumb and slowly slide it in, and turning it side to side helps a bit. There we go. It's not all the way in, but good enough. And take your time. That could be dangerous to the figure. So put this back in. And don't forget to always do a quarter turn to loosen this up. Then when you find the right spot, you tighten it. And there we go. And that didn't quite attach well on the back side. Yeah, let me fix that. Alright, so I wanted to demonstrate her kneeling down. So for this, you gotta remove this. Once she's kneeling down, the gap on the floor is, yeah, it's just not gonna be able. This is as much as you can lower the base here. Alright, so move that up. Position the torpedoes. And bend the toes. And there we go. And that looks really great. Yep. But otherwise, I do see a problem with the back part there. It tends to pop out. The peg connection is just not long enough, it seems. So the more you push on it, it just doesn't go any further. Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, it holds for the most part. It just, I guess, when you move these things around, it gets, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, she looks really great. And let me just swap out the normal skirt and the torpedo for the left hand. Or the once you have this, I still have an issue of this popping out quite easily. I think, again, just the peg is not long enough. Otherwise, in terms of articulation, you have a ball jointed here for the torpedoes. Yep, quite nice. And you can actually pop them out. There we go. Maybe swap it out if you want to, but I don't see the purpose. Actually, you can put the other one on the other right hand, and that way you have all the torpedoes. That's quite a bit. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the review. A really great figure. There's a lot of things going on, and I like how they've added another set of legs as well as the skirt to swap out and do certain poses. And that's a nice touch. And there you go. I think that's pretty much it for the review. I have Yukikaze here for comparison, and I cannot wait for Oi coming out on December, and as well as Fubuki coming out, I believe, next year. And those are the characters that we see in the anime. Anyways, that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.